Good evening and good day, friend of truth. Welcome to this thing. Welcome to this thing that we are going right now. I appreciate this. My friends, tonight we have for you, tonight when I'm doing this, we have for you a veritable potpourri, a pastiche, a myriad, and a mosaic. And we may be having a little bit of problem, believe it or not, on our, dare I say, on our Twitter aspect of this. Because from what I understand, there might have been some problems during the day with Twitter. So I don't know. I don't know if that's even true or not, but we'll see. We'll pay attention to that. You know, they were hacked allegedly and putatively by the Ukrainians. I don't know if that was true or not, but that's what people were suggesting. So in any event, my friends, welcome one and all. And thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I appreciate it. I sound like Jeff Nadeau. I watch this. What are you waiting for? How many times? I like him. I like his mob stuff. I appreciate that, his mob thing. Jeff Nadeau. In any event, dear friends, let's talk about. I have a veritable potpourri, a pastiche, a myriad, a mosaic, a concatenation, a tintinnabulation. Still talking about that Air India flight. Hey, everybody. I'm still thinking about that and put together a few things for you tonight, which I find very, very interesting. Sort of, and I appreciate it. Tonight, I happen to see some things, again, kind of a pastiche of little vignettes, things I want to share with you for reasons that really don't make any sense, but I will nonetheless provide you with them. Okay, let me see if I can do something. Let me see one more time here. You know, our friend Elon Musk has been having a lot of problems today with what the hell is going on. So in any event, I came across a series of little vignettes I want to share with you. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Very, very funny. I think some of them are good, but they're illustrative. They allow me the chance to give you my critique of some things, and they have nothing to do with each other. That's my favorite. Got a new bottle of this stuff today from Bath and Body Works. Woo! Let me tell you something. Aromatherapy, eucalyptus. Say what you want. Yowza. Yowza, Buffalo Bob. Yowza. All right. Plus, we went to Philly, went to the Constitution Center, got a little gavel. Also went and had a good time. Make sure you go to the National Constitution Center, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I don't know if you can see this. This is a treasure, an absolute treasure in Philadelphia. Please go. And by the way, go by the the grave of Tench Cox, who was a father of our militia. And this is Rules of Civility, George Washington. Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior and Company. Got that at the gift shop. So please, when you get a chance, if you're ever in Philly, make sure you go by and see it. It's absolutely terrific. So anyway, we've got a show for you tonight. You're going to love these. I picked up stuff that you're going to say, that's really good. And I'm going to break it down for you. Individually, incrementally, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to unpack. I'm going to plumb the depths. I'm going to dissect. I'm going to peel away the layers of the onion. But before we do that, my friends, first of all, let me ask you to make sure you are subscribed. Very critical thing. Make sure you are subscribed to Lionel Nation. And now pay attention to this incredible word of advice. Listen up, Patriots. Just because Donald Trump is back doesn't mean the chaos is over. The world is on edge. Listen carefully. Weather disasters, supply chain failures, labor strikes, economic sabotage. And let's not forget, the radical left is in full meltdown mode. They're not used to losing, and desperate people do desperate things. Capiche? So listen carefully. What happens when the food trucks stop rolling, when grocery store shelves go empty, when power outages leave you in the dark with nothing? You must act now. Prepare. Go to preparewithlionel.com and save $100 on the 3-month emergency food supply. Delicious, nutrient-packed meals that last 25 years. This is not an MRE. This is the world's premier survival food, except no substitutes. If you don't prepare now, you'll regret it. Once disaster strikes, the FEMA lines will be miles long. Will you be standing in them, or will you be safe, ready, and in control? Time is running out. Supplies are vanishing fast. So go to preparewithlionel.com now before it's too late. I don't know if you could hear a word of that. I didn't hear a single word of that. What am I going to do? In any event, it doesn't matter. Can you hear me now? Do I get a 5x5? Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can hear me. Can I get a 5x5, ladies and gentlemen? That's a 5x5. That means ripped and stripped, cocked and locked, lock and load. Right? Can we hear? Can we hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You understand that? There we go. Thank you, Zigzag. Appreciate it. Here's one for you, babe. All right. Let's start off with this. This is no particular. I came across this and it's so wrong. It's so wrong. And it's really not important, but I'm going to go through it. This is Megyn Kelly and this guy. I think his name is Schwartz or something. He's a comedian. He's very, very good. But I want you to listen to this. And there's so much that's wrong with this. And there's some other things I want you to point out for no particular reason other than to be catty and a real know-it-all. Wait a minute. Hang on. There we go. Why am I not hearing anything? Can you hear anything? Why am I'm hearing absolutely nothing. Let me see here. This is the strangest thing. Did you hear any of that? Did you hear any of that? Did you hear anything? Can you hear this? Yes or no? Can you hear that? Did you hear that? I'm going to wait for a second. This is the weirdest thing. Nope. See, this is odd. What happened? Oh, you heard it. Interesting. Here, let me play this. Do you hear this? Do you hear this at all? Do you hear it? George says no. You say no. You're not hearing this at all? Can hear you only. Unbelievable. Can you see it though? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you at least see it? For the love of God, can you see it? Hey, Zigzag, would you pay attention? You can't see it either. You can't see it and you can't hear it. Is that what you're saying? No, no, no. Wow. This is so weird. Huh. I wonder what this is. Did you see the commercial that we did for My Patriot Supply? Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one? You don't see do you see my pictures were smaller and all? Did you see something? Did you? We hear and see you only now. Did you see me in a large box or a small box? This is like talking to people. I say something 2 minutes later and they get yes. Can you? I'm the only one who can hear you. Question mark? Yes. No see, no hear. Okay. All right. Okay. I have a small box. Okay, small box. Thank you. Very odd. This is one of the strangest things ever. I wonder what this is about. You know what I'm going to see? Hang on a second. I know what I'm going to do. Let me go. Please let me just talk amongst yourself. Let me see. I'm going to go to, let's see. Hang on. That's not it. That's not it. Let me see if I can go back and see the live broadcast and check and see what I see there with that. Very interesting. And I'm looking and I'm seeing nothing. Very interesting. Let me go back to the beginning. You see if I saw anything. Did you see anything? Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, okay, I saw that. We saw that. Oh, yep. There I see. I saw the, yep, I saw the My Patriot Supplies. I saw that. And then we saw nothing. Let me try this. This is very interesting. We're going to get to the bottom of this, damn it. God, there's nothing like troubleshooting, isn't it? Isn't this great TV? Don't you love this? I love it. Let me try this. Do you see this one? Oops, that's not it. Do you see... Why? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is going on here with this? What do you see this one here? Let me see something here. Let me try to go back. Let me see. 1 minute. This is the, now you say yes. Can you hear this? You can't hear this. This has got to be one of the worst. I can see it, I can hear it. You can hear it and you can see it. Now, wait a minute. What the hell's going on here, JR? Hang on a minute. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Hold it. Don't move. Don't move. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Output level, input level. This is, wait a minute. I know. Output. Does that make sense? Yep, no, that's not it. Let me see. That's the weirdest thing. Just a minute. Output level all the way. This is the wildest thing of them all. Let me see something here for a minute. I got that one. But just talk amongst yourself. This is great. This is so interesting. Why? What is happening tonight? This is so weird. This is the worst show ever. This is the worst show. This is terrible. How about this? Can you hear this? No, I see it, but I can't hear anything. What is going on here? Let me see something. Let me try this. Just talk amongst yourself. God, I had such grace. I was going to rip that Megan a new one. It's Megan, bless her heart. Megan Kelly. She does her best. But let me see. I've got the speakers. I thought that was working. I don't know why that's not. Let me try this. By God, we're going to get to the bottom of that. And in any event, I don't even know what to tell you. This is horrible. I saw Jamie White from Zero. Listen, this is so terrible right now. I'm sorry. I saw that Jamie White. Isn't that so sorry? Isn't that so horrible? From I was going to say Star Wars, from InfoWars. Horrible, incredible. Hit the screen with a stapler. Thank you so much. Wow. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't even know where to start. Well, this is the best laid plans of mice and men. Well, I can still talk about what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm going to still hope you stick with me on this one. I know this is the worst. This is the worst show in the world. This is the worst. This is terrible. But I'm going to tell you this. First and foremost, without any further ado, the president, as you know, is winning at levels we never thought. Never. I'm getting to the point. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. You see this? I love this. Linda says, I love you, Lionel, but need to go now. I'll catch up with you later. Love you. Gotta go. Sorry. So quick they run. I don't blame you. This is terrible. This is absolutely horrible. This is one of those things where, for whatever it's worth, it's not. Anyway. But you can hear me, correct? Let's make sure. You can hear me, correct? You've had worse. Thank you. You can hear me, though, correct? You can see me and you can hear me. That's all I want to know. Look at this. Bushy loves the show. Thank you. You can hear me. You can hear. Yes. Spendy does. Good. That's all that matters. Okay. Let's go back to a couple of things. First and foremost, they're coming after our friend. And by the way, 14 minutes I've been wasting for this, but thank you. They've been coming after our friend. Oh, Edie Crowley says, we are here, Mr. Well, for better or worse. Isn't she sweet? For better or for worse. I'm telling you, I appreciate that. They're coming after our friend Elon. What's he gonna do? They're going after his cars. They're going after X. What's he gonna do? That's the story. That's the glory of love. What is he going to do? That's the thing which I'm the most fascinated about. And what's also interesting to me, what I think is so interesting, is that he is sitting back and he's waiting and he's trying not to get mad. And he's trying, but he knows who basically is signing up for this stuff. He knows everything about this. He has Complete and total understanding of what's going on. Now, don't say it's Soros. I don't believe in Soros anymore. But the question is, Elon, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you get these people? You're going to pull the Pinkertons on them? You're going to give them a hard time? You're going to be violent? I hope you don't. I certainly don't advocate that. But what are you going to do? That's number one. Next, the left, the Democrats have absolutely nothing to do. You got this one. They're just spinning their wheels. Spinning their wheels. President Trump, please take this from me, sir, if you don't mind, sir. I ask you, sir. Do me and do everyone a favor. Do not, I repeat, sir, do not, very importantly, do not allow, this is important, do not allow any of your people to go on left-wing shows. Now, you might have a hard time with that. You might have a hard time with that. You might say, well, that's not. No. Here's what I'm saying. When I see these people on these shows, one way or another, I think to myself, what is the purpose of this? What are you doing? Why are you on these shows? Don't do it. Don't do it, Mr. President. Don't do it. And before I forget, I didn't notice this. Mr. or MRO Levon says, Bank of Canada man Mark Carney will provide outrageous support for America's Federal Reserve System. All the while, Trump will work quickly to destroy it. I believe you're true. Bye-bye, John McLaughlin. That's from the McLaughlin Group. Remember that? Bye-bye. Jack Germond, Morton Kondracki. Who was the other one? The woman, there was a lady. What's her name? Morton Kondracki. She was on Newsweek. Jack Germond, Morton Kondracki. I think Pat Buchanan was on. I love dun 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 dun. I think he came on Sundays. Love the Jack Germond. Let me try this one more time. Does this do anything? No. God, son of a. How can I not possibly hear this? This is you don't understand. See, I'm so not OCD. I don't believe in that word. I think it's the wrong word. This is going to drive me crazy. Crazy to the point where I'm not going to be able to think. Won't be able to go to sleep at night. Our good friend Chris Cox says, don't mind me as I meander in the back. Someone has moved the crumb cake. You are a maniac. Big Dick Daniels says, whatever Elon decides is better than Book of Revelation's doom naysayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot tell you, my friends. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I swear to God, because I heard this before. I heard it, and I know it's true, and it's driving me crazy. What is it? In any event. Next, the president. Yeah, that's right, the president. That guy. I think we're looking at 50 days now, right? Today it's been 49. Tomorrow will be 50 days. I want to see heads roll. I'm going to say something to you. Mr. President, we love you and we think the world of you, sir. But we are tired of this bullshit. Stacey Abrams, Adam Schiff, Hillary, I don't care. And I don't mean some little person like they did where they arrested some poor schmuck during the Biden administration. I mean, if we don't see, sir, if we don't see somebody arrested, we're wasting our time. You're yanking our chain. I think I speak for all my friends, don't you? They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing sexual rumors about Marco Rubio. Did you see that? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Marco Rubio, they're going to turn. Good luck with that one. How about this one? Not that you care. Have you heard the interesting stories about Kim Kardashian, Lauren Sanchez, and Jeff Bezos? This house is my good. You know what I mean? Huh? Mm-hmm. Well, if you think about it, it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy. Kim Kardashian is like that mold that shows up. She's like that fungating mold that shows up in this particular thing. Did you also see where the Trump? I love this. The Trump administration. They took the apps that they had and they switched them so that if you had the border come into the U.S. and break in app, now it reverts to and converts to the self deportation app rather. I loved it. So number one, we need somebody arrested. Number two, I love what you're doing, but 50 days, that's enough. Everything else, don't you agree? Is like, okay. Mort Zuckerman from the New York, the Daily News. Oh, is he alive? Remember he owned the Daily News? I forgot. I haven't thought about Mark Zuckerman in a long time. Okay, but aren't you thinking to yourself, okay, come on, let's go. Come on. All right, listen, we gave you a chance. We're signing all kinds of stuff. Okay, 50 days. You should have been talking to your Project 2025 people, had the indictment ready. Pam Bondi's got to do something because we don't care anything about releasing files. We don't care about that shit anymore. I want somebody arrested. I want somebody, starting with, how about Kristi Noem saying that she's got whistleblowers or people leaking information in her office. What are we doing here? You've got to absolutely let these people have it now, sir. You've got to. You've got to say, oh my God, because 50 days, not one person, get a grand jury going immediately. Something simple. Get somebody. Stacey Abrams, put her on trial. Put her on trial. And you know what? Too bad. Is it lawfare? Deal with it. You know how that is. Deal with it. Yeah, but this isn't fair. I know all about it. Deal with it. And I'm going to tell you another thing. This really, really, really bothers people, but I'm going to try my best. Number one, I hate these people. Let me say it again. I hate these people like you cannot believe, okay? I hate them. Hate them. Now, I want you to understand something and see if you can follow me on this. Number one, there is a difference between being anti-Semitic and being anti-Israel. Number two, there is no law in being anti-Semitic. There is no law in being racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, anthropomorphic, transphobic. There's no law in thinking anything. Do you hear what I say? Big Dick, by the way, Big Dick says, hey, wait a minute, hold it. Are there enough non-rat left woke inanities to fill Congress if he locks them all up? We'll worry about that later. That's a damn good question, though, Dick. Damn good question. So you got me so far? I believe that you should go on college campuses, and if you want to say, I think we should take all Alsatians and put them on a boat and get them the hell out of here, as long as it's not violent, you can say whatever you want. You can say get rid of the Jews, the Italians, the Germans, low IQ people, fat women, fat men, skinny men, midgets, people with bad hair in their ears. I don't care. You should be able to say whatever you want. You got it? Good. Now listen to me. And listen very carefully. This is the problem that people are having. Unless they're committing violence, you can't get this guy and say, get out, here's your green card, beat it. Okay? Merely because he's advocating something. If he's not violent, if he's not doing anything to conspire, to aid, abet, counsel, procure, hire, work as a principal in the first degree with any kind of violent activity, that's a different story. Okay, fine. Now, here's the story. Listen to me carefully. Listen carefully. The left is going berserk. How can you do that? You stormtrooper. What was that? You Trump and your ICE going and pulling people off a campus at Barnard College because of this. You sick. What's the matter? You. Wait a minute. What are you complaining about? There's no due process. There's no due process, yeah. Since when do you care about due process? I care about due process. Don't you understand? I believe in due process. You never care about due process. I defend it. So here's what I want to say. And this is so intellectually ridiculous, I'm going to say it anyway. If somebody got up and said something against black people, gay people, they'd be out of this country so fast. They'd be kicked off that campus so fast, it'd make your head spin. You're now wanting due process? So let me get this straight. This feller, this Hamas guy, and I understand your position. I understand completely. And the point's well taken. It really is. Because what he's saying is just thought. I mean, thought should be protected. But you didn't give a goddamn about this president or anything or anybody. You didn't care anything about our due process. Anything. You never cared. Amy Goodman never did shows about people losing their rights to have funerals and marriages and weddings and birthdays and athletic events during COVID. You sat back and you didn't do a goddamn thing. And now all of a sudden, oh, you're bent out of shape. You're going apeshit. You're going nuts. What? This is wrong. It's excuse me, what was that? Unconstitutional. You didn't care anything about that. So what am I supposed to do? You want me to jump up now to save this guy because he's doing what? What does he want? What is he saying? He wants to protest on Barnard College or Columbia and say what? And he's a member of Hamas? Okay. How many times have you been linked to some kind of weird conspiracy group? How many times did you have your, let's say, your Facebook or some particular platform shut down? Or how many times were you denied something because of an idea that you had? How many times? Now, I'm not suggesting that makes this right. Let me be very clear. But nobody ever said anything about it. Nobody said anything about Trump, you, me, nothing. Not one person ever. Nobody on these shows came forward. Nobody. Nobody cared. Nothing. But all of a sudden, and the point's not wrong, but this guy, I don't know what his Mahmoud, whatever his name is, from his it's a sad story. His wife had she's 8 months pregnant. He basically had his green card revoked. They bounced his ass wherever the hell he was going. And he was a citizen of permanent. And they're going crazy. But where were you before? I'm not saying this makes any difference. I'm not saying this should make, even the score. But don't you ever wonder, say, where were you? Andrew Cuomo, that rat bastard, actually had COVID people into nursing homes. He brought them in and killed them. Dead. He was a sexual molester and grabbing women. He was thrown out because of this stuff. He's the slimiest. They don't give a damn about him. I don't understand it. What about him? Well, you know what? We'll take the same attitude regarding your guy. Oh, the Hamas guy. Okay, well, what are you going to do? Oh, well, yeah. We don't care. I learned from you. You didn't care. Hey, you can't do that to Trump. Trump. Okay, Muhammad or Ahmed or whatever his name is. I don't care about that. I'm going to do just the thing you did. I'm going to decide to pick and choose the people that I think are involved in something worthwhile. That's the part of this. That's the part that makes me so sick. Do you hear what I'm saying? It makes me sick. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where this comes from. I have no earthly idea what makes people think this way, but I am so tired. And I've got to tell you something, and this is a weakness of mine. It's a weakness. I love seeing these people suffer. I love seeing these people say the same thing we did. When we said you can't charge this man with a criminal case that nobody can understand. Oh, well, it's Trump. What are you going to do? He's a convicted felon. Okay, then this guy's a deported felon too. Wait a minute. This guy's just speak. So did Trump. You wanted to convict him. You wanted to throw Trump in jail. Okay. Do you love this guy? Yeah. I want to throw him in jail. How do you like that? What's the difference? Well, you want to play like that? I'll play like that. I'll use every argument you did about Trump and apply it to your guy. And I don't want to hear any of your bullshit about APAC this and APAC. That may be true. Everything you're saying has merit, but you don't understand something. You lost us. Maybe if somebody else is arguing it, but if I see you say, "Oh, who are you?" "Oh, yeah. I know who you were. You were the guys from the Trump. You didn't care about him." Yeah. So what am I supposed to do? Care about this? Why? Big Dick says, ha, deport the deported felons. Let me tell you something. I am not trying to be eye for an eye, but I'll make an exception. Let me explain something to you. Listen to me. Now look at me. I don't give a shit about these people anymore. I've had it. And Mr. President, I want to see heads roll. I want to see scalps. I want to see justice. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I want to see justice, and I don't want to see fairness. I don't want fairness. I don't even know what the hell fairness even means. Do I make myself clear, sir? I'm sure I do. Let me tell you something. This is critical. Chris Cox, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Cox has a lot to say. Biden presidency being represented in the news now as ran by possible shadow government, and used auto sign to push all of his BS through, now might claim mental decline to escape prosecution, the same shadow government we talked about a year ago. And how many times, and thank you for this, Chris, I mentioned a pen. I said he is a pen. They gave him a pen. I used those words figuratively. I didn't think it'd be literally this. What are you going to charge Biden for now? Is Biden free or immune? No, I don't think he pardoned himself. No. Go after him. Grab that. It's the simplest thing in the world. Grab that drug addict's son, put him in the dock, and have him testify against Trump. Against Biden. Bring Chicago's ugly law to D.C. You are too much, my friend. Roger Wood says, a righteous infliction of retribution manifested. Call it what you want. Let me see something. Today, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was indicted by, now I gotta be careful, do it out of, I don't know, Virginia. Find a good, maybe Austin, Texas. Don't do it in D.C., but he was indicted by a grand jury for stealing funds, defrauding the government of the United States by and through his son and co-defendant, Hunter Biden. Do I make myself clear? He was taken into custody at his Rehoboth Beach manse. And I don't know whether, I think his brother, Jim Biden, and somebody else might be certainly there. They were taken into custody, and they were charged with a series of racketeering offenses with the Biden crime family, much like the Gambinos or the Lucchese's, were charged with this before an ongoing racketeer enterprise to defraud the United States, to use his position by and through his agent in crime, Mr. Hunter Biden. And he was arrested, taken into custody. Bond was immediately given. Here's his mugshot, and here's Hunter. Now, Hunter was his how do I say this? His family. This is going to be interesting. His family was found to be. What am I trying to say? Oh, his family was immune. Pardon. But if you can show that this is an ongoing conspiracy, what do I mean by that? Let's say on January the 20th of 2025, that is the end date of my pardon, meaning any and all charges, any and all criminal federal cases, charges, all of them ends on January 20th. So anything after that, you're on your own. Federal, you're in the clear. Okay. Let's assume on January the 19th, 18th, something was going on still. Something in terms of stealing, secreting evidence, buyouts, payoffs, whatever it is. And it continued beyond the 20th. You can't say, wait a minute. This was the subject of one particular type of criminal activity, and therefore he is forever immune. So that if he decides to enact a terrorist bomb and planned it, let's say 2 days before the pardon elapsed, that let's say on the 18th of January, he began this conspiracy, but the terrorist bombing didn't take place until 6 months later, they're going to charge him. They're going to say, oh, no, you didn't. Wait. That was the conspiracy. But this is the bombing itself. This is a separate and distinct charge. Through novation, through the making something new. Trust me when I tell you this, they got to get this bastard and put the squeeze on him. And sit there and say, you're not good. Remember Boys from Brazil? Remember Laurence Olivier and Gregory Peck, where he says, you don't understand. He had this weird, his Germans always had the same. I'm going, but you're not going anywhere. That's what I would tell. Maybe you can have I'm going to bring you my assistant, Greta Thunberg. How dare you? And you can put your pictures on the paper. And then you can take the paper and wipe your ass with it because you're not going anywhere. To intone the words of Joe Tex und the Sexualettes, I've got you. Aha. You thought that you'd be getting away, didn't you? Now give me what you promised me. Give it to me. Come on. I have you. You're not going anywhere. And listen to me, Joe. Don't do this Sicilian flu, this bullshit about I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know exactly what you are doing. You know right from wrong. Oh, yes. Because as you know, we don't use the Durham rule anymore in the District of Columbia, wherever we decide to do this. No, that was... See, that, by the way, it's decided. Do you know why... in Reagan's case, oh my God. I was watching today. I still can't figure out the whole Bill Murray, Joe Rogan thing. I can't figure it out. Is he what is he doing? Is he a goofy guy? Is he a regular guy? See, I kind of like him. He's very nondescript. He doesn't know anything. Well, I got DirecTV, I can watch Westerns. Anyway. But this is the part when he kept saying a lot of times, I don't remember the name, but John Hinckley, we always call him here in New York, David Hinckley. David Hinckley was a radio writer for Daily News, bless his heart. And we still say, and when David Hinckley, and Trump even called him David Hinckley because he was the radio guy for years. It's John Hinckley. John Hinckley was found not guilty because of the particular type, the particular, what am I saying? The modality of the insanity defense. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'll tell you what I'm saying. You're not going anywhere. Anyway. The McNaughton rule is the standard that we use today for insanity. The defendant who was interposing this defense labored under this particular type of thing, and he didn't understand. He didn't have the capacity to know the difference between right and wrong. You hear what I'm saying? You got it? He didn't know right from wrong. There's another test. The Durham rule. The ALI-ABA rule. The irresistible impulse rule. The diseased mind rule. They have all. The diseased mind shows that it was a pathology, so to speak. And we don't really even need to go to a pathology. The Durham rule, I think, is one that's like, irresistible impulse. There's Durham. So anyway, the one that they used in the federal circuits or the DC at the time was like the easiest one. It's like if you have a bad day or if you were, the fart wrong, you can say, oh, he was insane. That's how he got off of it. That's how he was found not guilty by reason of insanity. NGRI. He was sent to a mental hospital. And when he gets better, he's released because he's not guilty. He's acquitted. Okay? Well, after that Hinckley case, they said, oh, no, this bullshit is over. So they came up with their own. So now they pretty much came up with the McNaughton rule. And now, anything that shows, did he ever do anything to know it was right or wrong? Did he ever talk in code with Hinckley? With Hinckley, listen to me do it. With a Hunter? Did he ever say, the big guy? Well, that's Hunter. But did you ever say, did you get the shirts? Is he speaking in code? Did he ever act? Yes. Then he knew the difference between right and wrong. He's hiding it. So this insanity stuff ain't gonna work. Put him on the stand. State your name for the record. Tony Bobolinsky. Wait a minute. Aren't you that same guy who was on Tucker Carlson? I sure was. Mr. Bobolinsky, what did you say? Well, I met with him and he said 10,000, whatever, for 10 million, a million for the big guy. And who did you think? Who did you believe that was? It was about Biden. And what'd you do then? Well, I wanted this and then you did it. And then we have all these LLCs and all of these weird corporations or limited liability corporations to members of his family who had anything to do with it. I mean, you could, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what you see here is a clear case of fraud. And that man, Joseph Robinette Biden, I think Jr., is guilty. And we ask you to go back into the jury room and render a verdict of guilty to all of the well-pled allegations in the indictment. So say you all. You can't say this, but send a message. In America, you can't say send a message, but that's mistrial worthy. But we can say it for this. You are not immune because you're the president. And he did it in front of everybody. Everybody. Everybody knew this. Nixon, they didn't even know about that. Did John Mitchell know? I don't know about John Mitchell. I bet. Did you hear Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's very good. Explain Watergate to Bill Murray. Very interesting. Anyway, sorry for that. I'm veering. I waxed elliptical just now. I was discursive. I was desultory. You know it and I know it, and you could see it. No, we need this. We want to, holy shit. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is how you prosecute presidents. This way. You don't get Judge Mershon. You don't get Judge Engeron. You don't get Letitia James. Have you ever heard Victor David Hanson? He calls Letitia James. He can't pronounce names. It's like he's never heard them. Letitia Baldridge, remember her, the etiquette woman? This guy is incredible. Now he's wearing the hat. He's got the whole fedora thing, the Fredo Cuomo, and the whole windshield and drug. Anyway, anywho, let me tell you something right now. I apologize for this sound. I had such great stuff. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. This is a weird day today because the whole X thing is. Now, also, Elon, you better unleash your can of whoop ass on these people because if you don't do it, they're not going to believe you. They're not going to think you're a tough guy. Show them who's boss. Do I make myself clear? Good. That's all that matters. All right, dear friends. I want to thank you. What was this about? Joseph says, Bill Murray is less interesting than my VCR instructions. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Isn't it weird? It's weird. It's very weird. But I kind of like them, but I don't know. I like when he had to get up and take a leak. It's an old man thinking, like, hey, can I go take a leak? This coffee's good. What is this? Where are you from? It was great. It's really something. Unless it was the greatest con job ever. And Joe Rogan said, well, I was born in New Jersey, but I moved to San Francisco. Oh, really? Did you? Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I always wanted to live there. My brother, but it was, I found it oddly compelling. And the stories about Hunter Thompson, I think Hunter Thompson was demented. But great writer, I guess. In any event, enough about me. Thank you. I'm so sorry for this tonight. Roger Wood, I apologize. Warren, I apologize. Chris Cox, by the way, that's C-O-X and not. Big Dick, juxtaposition, you be the judge. Big Dickie Daniels, thank you. Edie Crowley, we love you. M-R-O Levon, thank you, M-R-O. You're rotten to the core, but wonderful to the infantry, and I mean that sincerely. We'll be back again later. Did you hear the good stuff? Did you hear the good stuff, my friends, at the on the Pooh-mageddon? Oh, that was good. Tell me you saw that. In any event, thank you so much. You have a great night. Make sure you're subscribed to this. Make sure you're subscribed. And when you get a chance, go to the Constitution Center in Philadelphia. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm serious. You will just love it. And go to the cemetery where Ben Franklin is, and go and honor the grave of Tench Coxe, C-O-X-E, who was the father, the paterfamilias of the notion of our militia. We need militias. And President Trump, you've had 50 days. We won heads, sir. We won heads on a platter and heads on the wall. In your holy name, we ask. Thank you, dear friends. Have a great night. Again, my apologies for this. My apologies. It was just horrible. In any event, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. It's frozen again. It's frozen. Come on, move, damn it. Move. There we go. It uses up, I don't know what, later on. Anyway, comment as you see fit, but also remember these. I'm getting my stories mixed up. Remember this valedictory, this denouement, this adios. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. That's more like it. Dad.